If you didn't watch part 1 nor part 2, listen to part 1 and part 2 before continuing with this video so that you will understand where I'm heading. Okay, in part 1 I've discussed about how not acknowledging the Most High leads you to operate in hatred because you're unable to give a proper place to anything in the universe, including yourself. Part 2, I've explained that everyone on the Broadway is operating in false information and that Christians need to be delivered from all forms of false information. Now let's move on to discontentment. Now, discontentment, or basically you're not content with your life, you're dissatisfied, you're unhappy. It doesn't matter which word you use for it. It basically means you're in a state of dysfunction. You see, boredom is a symptom that you are in a dysfunction. You see? Let's think about it really. All the actions of the world and all the philosophies of the world are to find something valuable in the external realm, to attach yourself to it, and to secure that so that you will have a gain. So the whole mentality of the world is what's in it for me. The whole mentality of the world is self-seeking. So they're looking for a gain to fulfill them, a gain to make them content. And the deception is, because remember, this is false information, because nothing in the universe can satisfy you. Nothing in the universe can get you to a state of contentment. Nothing. Haven't you noticed that the people that gained the most money, they want more money. People that gain a lot of sex, they want more sex. Till the point that sex doesn't satisfy anymore, now they have to look for something else that will gratify them. You see, we hold on to the false information that if we gain something valuable, that we'll be alright. And we spend a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of sacrifices we make after we sacrifice our health and our own well-being to gain something. But when we gain something, the moment we've gained it, there's a relief. It is euphoria. But it only lasts for a while. Sometimes it lasts for a few days, sometimes it lasts for a month or two, but euphoria always wears off. And now you realize, okay, what now? And now you don't want to acknowledge that. Wait a minute, I've made a mistake. I've invested all this time and effort for nothing because the euphoria only lasts for a while. So now you will protect what you've gained from losing it because you don't want to be viewed as a loser. So the gains you make, instead of freeing you, they are enslaving you. You see? Yet, the people in the world will never tell you that. Because they are giving you false information so that you will be distracted. You'll be focused primarily upon getting a good education, whatever you can define as a good education, upon going to school, going to college, or they tell you to have a lot of sex, go to clubs, go to parties, or find someone to marry, have kids, you see, pay your taxes. All of those things are false information. No, I'm not saying that marrying someone is false information, don't get me wrong. Okay? What I'm saying is the whole teaching that you have to do those things is false information, because none of those things can repair you. The human being is designed as a spirit being with a soul living in a body. So primarily you are a spirit entity. Therefore you need to have peace with the Creator, with the Most High. Only from Him will you have. He is your peace. So only from God will you have peace and contentment. If God ain't there, if the Lord Jesus Christ ain't there, there is no peace, there's no contentment, there's no satisfaction. You only have temporarily euphorias that you get from physical and emotional pleasures, you see? Yeah, physical, emotional pleasures from which you get an euphoria. That's the only thing that unbelievers have. And they have mental states of being that they use through meditation and to alternative psychology in order to have longer euphorias. But it's not contentment. Without God, God is independent from the universe in the sense that he doesn't need the universe. He is in the universe, but he's not from the universe because he's eternal. Okay? So, if nothing in the universe, nothing that's created can complete you. So all information you are holding on to that tells you that if I just get enough money, or if I just have a better car, or if I'm just have new friends, or if I just have the right people around me, or if I just live in a better country, you see, all of those things are false information, and they're leading you onto a path of destruction. And you see, the whole economy of the world operates through false information, and it only breeds discontent. You see, that's why there's a lot of envy in the world. That's why there's a lot of jealousy. That therefore that's why there's also a lot of violence. And in the next part I'll be talking about violence. Okay? Because all violence is the result of discontent. And discontent is always the result of false information. Now look at this carefully. Even if you have the right attitude, but the information you receive is wrong, the outcome will always be wrong. Let's say I'm a pilot, okay, and I can fly an airplane. But let's say the information I received for my route was wrong. Then yes, I am a pilot, and I did fly the plane and landed safely, but not on the destination that was meant. And why? Because it was wrong information. So yes, I did fly well and everything, but I didn't reach the destination I ought to reach. Because of false information, I didn't come at the right place. So having the right attitude alone isn't enough. The information that you process must be right also. Let's see. And that's another thing. Discontent always, let me say always, manifests itself into violence. Why? Because now you need to, you want to get rid of the hurt and emotional injury of discontent. You see? And most of the time, human beings want to do that on their own terms, by their own strength, and they're not capable of doing it. So, what's the most easiest thing to do then? To blame it on someone else. You see? Human beings want to disassociate themselves from the pain they are experiencing. And by disassociating themselves from the pain they're experiencing, they are basically looking for someone to give the package so that they can move on. Does that solve discontent? No, it doesn't solve it. It only masks it for a while. It only gives you the illusion that you're free from discontent. But discontent is still there because you're still operating from false information. Well, I'll see you guys in part 4.